Earlier this week, Democratic Representative André Carson of Indiana was named to House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, which has thrown the right wing into an absolute tizzy, including Bryan Fischer, host of Focal Point Radio for the American Family Association. He just could not believe, he and Sandy Rios could not believe, how could we have a Muslim on the Intelligence Committee? Here's Bryan Fischer.
You know, Nancy Pelosi just appointed yesterday André Carson, I'm sure you know this, who's the second Muslim to be elected to the House of Representatives. The problem with André Carson is that he's received tens of thousands of dollars in support from CARE, which is an unindicted co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation case. Also from another organization, he's received thousands of dollars. He's made public statements. And now Nancy Pelosi's putting him on the House Intelligence Committee.
Yeah, that's what blows my mind, Sandy. On the House Intelligence Committee, we just had this Muslim terrorist attack in Paris. Everybody's saying we've got to ramp up our effort to stop the threat of Islam in our country. And now it's like putting a fox inside the hen house, to use a worn-out proverb.
I hate to break it to Bryan Fischer, but before being concerned about a Muslim on the Intelligence Committee, I'd be concerned about the fact that James Inhofe, a guy who doesn't believe in science, is on the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. James Inhofe, a public official who said he doesn't believe that God would create a planet that humans could damage the environment on. He is on the Environment Committee. That is way more of a concern than someone who identifies as Muslim being on a committee related to intelligence. Somehow I don't think Bryan Fischer's so concerned about Inhofe.
Probably not, as long as he's a good Christian. There's this idea among people like Bryan Fischer and the conservative right-wing Christians that if you are Muslim, you are just inherently evil. And it's really embarrassing.
And if what Bryan Fischer is saying is that any elected official whose decision-making ability as a legislator will be clouded by their religiosity or adherence to their religion's beliefs, and they shouldn't be on any committee or even an elected official, I would agree. The problem is that Bryan Fischer probably wouldn't apply that to all of the Christian lawmakers who are using their religion to dictate public policy on abortion and same-sex marriage and science being taught in classrooms, et cetera, et cetera. There's quite a double standard there, isn't there?
There is. Jesus is the way and there is no other way. And everyone else is just evil and trying to destroy the country. So I think, this is just normal stuff from Bryan Fischer. He's an idiot.